From the earliest days of human civilization, when our ancestors gazed across rivers, lakes, and seas, the boat has stood as one of humanity's most essential inventions. Long before the wheel, long before written language, boats allowed humans to travel, to fish, to trade, and to explore. The story of the boat is not just the history of a machine. It is the story of human ingenuity, curiosity, and survival. It is a tale that stretches back tens of thousands of years, crossing continents and cultures, evolving with every discovery, and shaping the course of our species' history. The first boats were born not from engineering theory, but from necessity. In prehistoric times, early humans living near rivers or coastlines needed a way to cross water or reach fishing grounds beyond the shore. Archaeological evidence suggests that the earliest watercraft may have been little more than logs used as rafts. Around 8,000 to 10,000 years ago, humans in different parts of the world began hollowing out tree trunks using stone tools and fire, creating dugout canoes. These primitive vessels were stable, buoyant, and surprisingly efficient for short journeys. Examples of such boats have been found in places as far apart as the Netherlands, where the Pest canoe, believed to be over 8,000 years old, was discovered, and in Africa, where similar designs were used for millennia. As human societies grew, so did the need for better boats. In ancient Egypt, the Nile River was the lifeblood of the civilization. It was the highway of trade, communication, and military power. The Egyptians became skilled boat builders, crafting vessels from bundles of papyrus reeds. These reed boats, light and flexible, were perfect for navigating the calm waters of the Nile. By around 3000 BC, the Egyptians were building wooden boats using planks lashed together with rope, a technique that allowed them to construct larger and stronger vessels, capable of venturing into the Mediterranean Sea. These ships carried goods like grain, gold, and papyrus to distant lands, returning with cedar from Lebanon, incense from Punt, and exotic treasures from across the ancient world. While the Egyptians perfected river and coastal craft, other ancient civilizations pushed the limits of seafaring. In Mesopotamia, the Babylonians built coracles, small, round boats made of woven reeds, coated with bitumen for waterproofing. Though they looked humble, these vessels were remarkably sturdy and could carry heavy loads. In the Indus Valley, similar reed-based designs were used for trade along rivers and across the Arabian Sea. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, the ancestors of Polynesians mastered the art of open ocean navigation thousands of years before Europeans dared to venture far from land. Using outrigger canoes and double-hulled vessels, they sailed vast distances between islands, guided only by the stars, ocean swells, and the flight of birds. Their voyages remain among the greatest feats of navigation in human history. In Europe, the Minoans of Crete developed sleek oar-powered ships by 2000 BCE, enabling them to dominate trade in the Aegean Sea. Their ships influenced the design of later Greek vessels, including the famous trireme, a fast, maneuverable warship powered by 3 banks of oars on each side. The trireme was not just a technological marvel, but a strategic weapon, helping Athens secure naval supremacy during the Persian Wars. The Romans, inheriting and improving upon Greek shipbuilding, constructed a vast fleet of merchant ships and war galleys. Their mastery of maritime transport was a key factor in uniting and controlling their empire, allowing them to move troops, supplies, and trade goods efficiently across the Mediterranean. Further north, the Vikings of Scandinavia crafted some of the most advanced ships of the early medieval period. Their longships, built from overlapping planks in a technique known as clinker construction, were fast, flexible, and capable of navigating both open seas and shallow rivers. With these vessels, the Vikings raided, traded, and explored as far as North America, centuries before Columbus. The Viking ship was a marvel of balance light, enough to be carried overland between rivers, yet strong enough to survive storms in the North Atlantic. In Asia, Chinese shipbuilders were advancing maritime technology in their own way. By the Han Dynasty, they were constructing large wooden ships with watertight bulkheads, an innovation centuries ahead of its time. By the Song Dynasty, Chinese junks flat-bottomed, multi-sailed vessels were dominating trade routes from the South China Sea to the Indian Ocean. The most spectacular chapter in Chinese naval history came in the early 15th century under Admiral Zheng Hai, who commanded massive treasure ships during his voyages to Southeast Asia, India, Arabia, and East Africa. These ships, some over 120 meters long, dwarfed European vessels of the time and symbolized China's maritime might. The Islamic world also played a vital role in the evolution of boats. Arab dhows, with their distinctive lateen sails, were perfect for harnessing the monsoon winds of the Indian Ocean, facilitating trade between East Africa, the Middle East, India, and Southeast Asia. These ships carried spices, textiles, ivory, and countless other goods, creating a network of commerce that connected half the world. The age of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries marked another leap forward in boat history. European nations like Portugal and Spain, eager to find sea routes to Asia, developed the caravel, a small, highly maneuverable ship with a combination of square and lateen sails. Caravels, and later larger carracks and galleons, enabled explorers like Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan to undertake transoceanic voyages. These ships were not only instruments of discovery, but also of conquest, colonization, and global trade. The boat had become a tool that could change the fate of nations and redraw the map of the world. The 18th and 19th centuries brought the Industrial Revolution, and with it, a transformation in boat building. Wooden hulls gradually gave way to iron and steel, and sail power was supplemented and eventually replaced by steam engines. Paddle steamers revolutionized river transport, while screw propellers made ocean-going steamships faster and more efficient. The transition from sail to steam did not happen overnight. For decades, hybrid ships used both, ensuring reliability regardless of wind conditions. This period also saw the rise of massive passenger liners, such as the RMS Titanic, which embodied both the technological ambition and the hubris of the era. In the 20th century, boat technology diversified even further. Diesel engines replaced steam in most ships, making them more powerful and fuel efficient. The century also witnessed the development of specialized boats, submarines capable of traveling beneath the waves, icebreakers that could carve paths through frozen seas, and high-speed ferries that could shuttle passengers between cities in record time. Recreational boating became increasingly popular, with yachts, sailboats, and speedboats offering leisure and sport to those who could afford them. The growth of competitive sailing and events like the America's Cup pushed the boundaries of design, leading to faster, lighter, and more aerodynamic vessels. Military boats also underwent dramatic changes in the modern era. From the dreadnought battleships of World War I to the aircraft carriers and amphibious landing craft of World War II, naval vessels became critical to global conflict. Submarines, once experimental, became standard tools of warfare and deterrence, capable of launching devastating attacks while remaining hidden beneath the surface. In the Cold War era, nuclear-powered submarines could remain submerged for months, patrolling the oceans with unmatched endurance. In recent decades, environmental concerns and advances in technology have spurred new innovations in boat design. Solar-powered boats, electric ferries, and hybrid propulsion systems aim to reduce emissions and reliance on fossil fuels. Materials like fiberglass and carbon fiber have made boats lighter and more efficient. GPS navigation, radar, and satellite communication have transformed safety and precision at sea, while autonomous boats capable of operating without human crews are beginning to appear in research and commercial applications. Today, boats are as diverse as the people who build and use them. They range from tiny kayaks paddled for pleasure to colossal container ships that carry the lifeblood of global trade. They serve as lifelines for remote communities, as platforms for scientific research, as tools of defense, and as symbols of adventure. Whether gliding across a calm lake, riding the swell of the open ocean, or cutting through Arctic ice, the boat remains one of humanity's most enduring and adaptable creations. The journey from a hollowed log to a nuclear-powered supercarrier is a testament to the human spirit of innovation. Boats have connected continents, shaped economies, and altered the course of history. And while the technologies continue to evolve, the essence of the boat, the idea that humans can master water and use it to explore, trade, and connect remains unchanged. As we look toward the future, with autonomous vessels, renewable energy propulsion, and perhaps even interplanetary oceans on distant worlds, the story of the boat is far from over. It is a story still being written, on waves both old and new.